coverage at 11.
September 1st, 1996 was a day of remembrance and renewal. After 13 years of silent Sundays, Baltimore celebrated the return of the NFL and the birth of the Baltimore Ravens.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Memorial Stadium, a historic afternoon here in Baltimore as the old girl is back in town. Yes, it's been since December of '83 that a Baltimore team has played pro football here at Memorial Stadium, and this afternoon, the Baltimore Ravens, coached by Ted Marcher-Broda, former head coach of the Baltimore Colts, open up a new chapter of Baltimore football history against the Oakland Raiders.
It began with a tribute to some of Baltimore's greatest players, including Johnny Unitas, who took a familiar trip through the end zone to usher in a new era. Over 64,000 Baltimore football fans packed a sold-out Memorial Stadium to honor a great legacy and start a tradition of their own.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
In a season of few victories and several close defeats, the one thing the Ravens never lost was their intensity.
That's the way to do it.
Fires down the middle. Kinston's got it. Feels some pressure. Flips over the middle. Steps back in the pocket. He's going deep for Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens! He was met right at the goal line, and the Ravens have stopped him and have a chance to win this game.
After 13 long years without the NFL, Baltimore is back.
This film is brought to you by Edge Shave Gel. Save your skin. And by Snapper Lawn and Garden Equipment. Anything less just won't cut it.
What's with young players these days? Take Kevin Garnett.
I was out of my league.
I got help this guy. He was shaving with a foam. My word. Hey, Edge Shave Gel has 6 lubricants, so it protects better than foam.
Nobody told me.
No. Front to back. Front to back.
Edge Shave Gel. Save your skin.
I think it changed his life.
Snapper's great more for 40 deal. Buy any new Snapper ride-on mower and get a utility trailer for under $40. Buy any new Snapper rear-engine rider, tractor, or yard cruiser and get this handy utility trailer with a removable tailgate and dump action. You get more hauling, more dumping, more flexibility for under $40. So hook up with our utility trailer deal and get more for 40.
Snapper. Anything less just won't cut it. See your local Snapper dealer today.
There's another lap to go in the Pontiac Race to the Red Line. And now your Pontiac dealer is pushing excitement to the limit with great 97 model closeout values on Sunfire, Bonneville, Grand Dam, and Firebird.
That's right. Get 2.9% APR GMAC financing or up to $2,250 on select models.
Get into the action now for the best value of the year at the Race to the Red Line.
Get great 97 model closeout values at your local Pontiac dealer today.
In the field of sedans under 13 grand, there's one that doesn't exactly fit in. The Mazda Protégé LX. The most room, the most refinements, and with a sport suspension, the most fun. All for $12,995. It's a whole different animal. Mazda Protégé. $12,995 or get 3.9% APR.
on their back. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win. Let's go, baby.
Under the watchful eyes of the largest crowd in Baltimore's professional sports history, the Ravens began their inaugural season against the Oakland Raiders. On 3rd and 6, with less than a minute remaining in the first quarter, Vinny Testaverde became the first player in Raven history to find the end zone.
Testaverde becomes a runner, not a passer, and the Ravens are on the scoreboard.
But it was the defense that ruled the second half.
Go, D, rock and roll, D, let's go, baby.
Rookie linebacker Ray Lewis inspired a second-half charge that kept Oakland trapped behind midfield for the rest of the game.
Now here comes a reverse. And down he goes. Wow. First and 10, Ravens showing blitz. Pass is intercepted. Ravens pick it off. Antonio Langham 40, 35-30, 25-20, and knocked out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 17.
You get an edge guy in there, you can go ahead and cut 2 on that. On 92, okay, don't be afraid to cut him. Set, boom.
The Raven offense switched to the no huddle in the third quarter and surged within 1 point of Oakland, setting up a dramatic fourth quarter drive.
Hey, take it in there now! Take it in!
Testaverde hands it off to Biner. He's in for the touchdown. And the Ravens have won their inaugural game at Memorial Stadium. The Baltimore fans on their feet. And ain't it great to be undefeated?
Undefeated and one of the most exciting games to come back here to Baltimore.
Just a second. Now listen, great job. Remember we said at the beginning of the year, the conditioning would pay off, the damn work paid off, and it certainly did today. You won in the second half. We're a second half ball club. You kept your poise throughout the entire ball game. We didn't lose it when things got tough. Now again, game balls for everybody. This is the first victory for the Ravens.
With an opening day victory still fresh in their minds, the Ravens traveled to Pittsburgh to play the defending AFC champion. For Ted Marchibroda, Three Rivers Stadium would be another proving ground for his untested team.
Sets, has time, now starts to run up the middle. He's at the 5, following a blocker. Touchdown, Vinny Testaverde.
Despite Testaverde's scoring run and Derek Alexander's touchdown catch, the Steelers built a 14-point lead. Defensive end Rob Burnett forced a fumble in a bid to reverse the game's momentum. But midway through the fourth quarter, any chance for a comeback was lost on 1st and goal.
And now the Ravens are really in trouble.
As time expired, the Ravens' thoughts turned to their next AFC division rival. In Houston, once again, turnovers would prove too costly to overcome. But the sting of defeat was magnified by the Ravens' losses to injury. Starting defensive lineman Anthony Pleasant, Dan Footman, and Rob Burnett would play a grand total of 1 play together, the first play of opening day. Injuries would continue to plague the Ravens' defense for an entire season, afflicting the front line early and reaching the linebacking core by mid-season. But injury failed to sideline their fierce determination and a never-say-quit mentality. Before suffering a season-ending injury, Rob Burnett was a solid starter on the defensive line, along with Dan Footman and Anthony Pleasant. Defensive tackles Tim Goad and James Jones completed the line, along with defensive end Mike Frederick. The secondary featured cornerback Antonio Langham and unveiled a new talent in rookie Deron Jenkins. The injuries on the depleted front line put extra pressure on the Ravens secondary, which fought hard to overcome their additional burden. At linebacker, Gerald Williams was a source of motivation and wisdom for number 52, rookie Ray Lewis.
Come on, Ray, talk to him, baby!
Lewis was put in charge of calling the defense from the first day of training camp and led his team in tackles for the season. The team's leading sacker, Mike Caldwell, scored the Ravens' first ever defensive touchdown on a play that personified Baltimore's never quit attitude.
Intercepted by the Ravens. Mike Caldwell. Touchdown, Ravens!
If it were a guy's world, this would be your 9 to 5. And you'd always be cool. But in the real world, guys sweat 40% more than women. Guys need the protection of Speed Stick antiperspirant. Speed Stick is just for the guys.
Some of the most admired cars are owned by the guys who know cars best. ASE certified master mechanics. And the #1 brand of motor oil top mechanics use is Valvoline. People who know use Valvoline.
Prime Star Satellite Television. That's right. 160 channels.
That's right, ma'am. 160 channels, specially grouped by category.
Sports in one group.
Movies in another group.
And of course, there's a family group. No, ma'am. Other companies make you buy the dish. With Prime Star,
There's no dish to buy.
Want to do something after our shift?
Thank you, but I've got other plans.
Call 1-800-PRIME-STAR or visit your local Radio Shack.
I must deliver the secret message and save the free world. I make my way on foot over the raging Congo. I cross the Great Sahara without so much as a juice box, with my destination nearly in reach. I stop. It's time to feed the penguins.
There's a world of imagination in every child. Discover it at the Baltimore Zoo.
Nothing. For a moment, I thought your parents were home.
There's so many things to worry about. Getting a great car shouldn't be one of them. It's the Chevy Big Value, Big Savings event. And you can get 2.9 APR financing or cash back on the roomy Chevy Lumina. Lumina has more standard safety features for the money than any other 6-passenger car in its class. There's great offers on other outstanding cars and trucks, too.
Saving money has never been so simple and worry-free.
There'll never be a better time to get a 97 Chevy than during the Chevy Big Value, Big Savings event. It's big.
After throwing 3 interceptions in Houston, Vinny Testaverde promised his team and himself there would be no repeat performance. In Week 5 against New Orleans, Testaverde reinforced his oath with a touchdown pass to Derek Alexander. But the Ravens would run away with victory that day on the ageless legs of Ernest Biner, who recorded his 20th career 100-yard game and carried his team on their game-winning drive.
Here we go. 3rd and goal from the 6. Game tied. Testaverde looking near side. Fires back to the end zone. Michael Jackson. Touchdown. Jackson went sky high and pulled it down. And the fans are going Raven wild.
The following week, the Ravens hosted the eventual AFC champions. And although the margin of victory would hinge on a blocked punt, the Ravens rallied to produce 24 fourth-quarter points in the highest scoring game in the NFL since 1991. Vinny Testaverde produced his first 300-yard game of the season, and the home crowd witnessed the birth of one of the league's most dangerous receiver tandems. Michael Jackson and Derek Alexander became the fourth pair of receivers from the same team to eclipse the 1,000-yard mark.
Testaverde drops back, has time in the pocket, throwing in the end zone. Touchdown, Derek Alexander.
Derek Alexander put a forgettable sophomore year far behind him and joined forces with Michael Jackson to form the best touchdown receiving duo in the NFL.
First pass of the game, steps back in the pocket, plenty of time. He's going deep for Jackson. Michael's got it. 30-yard line, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Ravens.
Michael Jackson led the NFL with 14 touchdown receptions, thanks in large part to Vinny Testaverde, who produced the best season of his 10-year career.
Vinny to throw, short drop, steps up, throws in the end zone, touchdown. Floyd Turner lost the handle, but he was in, and he has his first touchdown as a Raven.
Against Denver, Testaverde was simply on fire.
I ain't never seen a quarterback as hot as he is right now.
Yeah, that's
in my life.
No, you're right.
I ain't never seen it. I mean, he's at 5 yards.
But we can put that out.
Despite a loss to the Broncos, Testaverde produced a career day against the #1 defense in the AFC. It was a testament to a man who had more than one way of finding the end zone.
Gets away from a couple, now he's running 25, 30, still has the football, takes another hit. Vinny Testaverde put his life on the line.
Although Vinny became one of 8 quarterbacks in NFL history to throw for over 4,000 yards in a single season, it could be argued that Vinny was equally entertaining on the ground.
Testaverde with some Lenny Moore type moves.
I was going to say, juking and throwing fakes. And is that Vinny Testaverde?
Testaverde flourished behind offensive linemen like top pick Jonathan Ogden, who started the entire season and finished with All-Pro honors. Ogden was joined by the versatility of Wally Williams and the leadership of offensive captain Orlando Brown. With Jeff Blackshear at right guard, the offensive line formed the backbone of the #3 rated offense in the NFL. But no member of the Raven offense was better prepared than Ernest Biner. As a 12-year veteran, Biner bolstered the Raven backfield and became a source of maturity, wisdom, and leadership for the rest of his team. September, Marchabrota signed a more bruising prospect for his one-back system in the form of Bam Morris. Morris was a 250-pound battering ram who started the final 7 games of the season and in that span led the AFC in rushing. Proved to be a dynamic addition to an already powerful offense.
Snapper's Great More for 40 deal. Buy any new Snapper walk-behind mower and get any one of these handy Snapper accessories for under $40 and get more from your Snapper mower. More efficient grass collection with the Snapper bagging system. More effective thatch removal with the Snapper Thatcherizer. Or more leaf relief with the Snapperizer Leaf Shredder. Go to your local Snapper dealer today and get more for 40.
Snapper.
Anything less just won't cut it. See your local Snapper dealer today.
Superheroes everywhere complain about the benefits of Baby Ruth.
Your critics say without the energy from a Baby Ruth bar, you're nothing.
So, what's your point? Baby Ruth from Nestle. This baby gets you going.
1-800-COLLECT presents Max Jerome, Private Eye.
Bummer, I'm out of change.
Hey, Surfer Dude, just dial 1-800-COLLECT. It's easy and it saves up to 44%.
Cool.
1-800-COLLECT is the easy way to save up to 44%.
What's with young players these days? Take Kevin Garnett.
I was out of my league.
I got to help this guy. He was shaving with a phone. My word. Hey, Head Shave Gel has 6 lubricants, so it protects better than foam.
Nobody told me.
No. Front to back. Front to back.
Edge Shave Gel. Save your skin.
I think it changed his life.
There's another lap to go in the Pontiac Race to the Red Line. And now your Pontiac dealer is pushing excitement to the limit with great 97 model closeout values on Sunfire, Bonneville, Grand Am, and Firebird.
That's right. Get 2.9% APR GMAC financing or up to $2,250 on select models.
Get into the action now for the best value of the year at the Race to the Red Line.
Get great 97 model closeout values at your local Pontiac dealer today.
You've witnessed the thrill of it.
Seagoer and Sunday silence going nose and nose in the Preakness.
You've lived the excitement of it.
Oh, it's close. Could be Silver Charm.
For a span of 3 centuries.
It was Seabiscuit's race.
Maryland Racing has produced
The big, strong Secretariat.
America's brightest stars.
Unbeatable cigar.
Join us for Laurel Park's Summerfest, Saturday, August 2nd. Maryland Racing, the most fun you'll have in under 2 minutes, 10 times a day.
After a shootout in Mile High Stadium, the Ravens returned home in Week 9, searching for victory against the Rams.
Testaverde throws deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 10. Floyd Turner, 5 out of a tackle. Touchdown, Ravens!
Despite Floyd Turner's touchdown, the Ravens were forced to battle from a 20-6 deficit.
Second down and goal from the 3. Moore Stone set back 3 wide receivers. Moore straight ahead. Touchdown! And Morris right up the middle. Back to throw. Throwing over the middle. Touchdown! Derek Alexander.
Bam Morris barreled into the end zone a second time to set up one of the most exciting finales of the season.
Touchdown, Bam Morris, as he balls his way into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game.
A missed opportunity to win in regulation would lead to Vinny Testaverde's moment of truth in overtime.
Vinny back to throw. In the pocket, steps up, throwing in the end zone for Jackson. He's got it, yes! Ravens win! Michael Jackson, as Vinny Testaverde throws his 3rd touchdown of the game in a wild football game, and the Ravens win it 37-31.
The Ravens held second-half leads in 10 of their final 11 games. Although they found victory only twice, their games were battles to the very end. In Week 10, the offensive line neutralized Dan Wilkinson and helped build an early lead, but victory would slip from the Ravens' grasp. In Week 11, Bam Morris made his first start as a Raven and rumbled for 182 yards from scrimmage, only to have a Jacksonville victory steal his thunder. The following week in San Francisco, an injured Testaverde was replaced by Eric Zier, who delivered the Ravens' first lead of the second half.
Zier sets up wide open. Touchdown, J.J. Joe.
But But the Ravens' early lead would prove to be short-lived once again. On a bleak December day in Cincinnati, the Ravens prepared themselves for another fourth-quarter battle. After a scoreless beginning, Testaverde found rookie wide receiver Jermaine Lewis and tight end Brian Kinchin to set the stage for a dramatic fourth-quarter drive. Down by 7, with time running out, the Ravens tried to blast their way into the end zone. After 3 failed attempts, the Ravens were left with one final chance.
Play action fake, wants to throw for it, throws, it's caught, they stopped him, short of the end zone. The Bengals have stopped the Ravens.
The loss typified a season where the promise of victory was often replaced by the pain of defeat. Playoff hopes had already washed away, but in December, the Ravens took their frustration out on the playoff-bound Steelers. Jermaine Lewis set up the first touchdown of the day with a 47-yard punt return to the 1-yard line.
Throw, little flip pass, touchdown, Jonathan Ogden.
After celebrating his first ever touchdown, Ogden went back to work, creating holes for Bam Morris. Testaverde threw his second touchdown to Derek Alexander, who surpassed the 1,000-yard mark for the first time in his career and gave Baltimore a lead that it would never relinquish.
Testaverde drop play to Biner. He's at the 5, got some room, touchdown! Ernest Biner's in for the score.
Ernest Biner and Matt Stover added to the lead, but it was up to the defense to protect it. The same defense that allowed 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns in 4 straight games held Pittsburgh to a scoreless fourth quarter. And the Ravens sealed their victory with a final touchdown to Eric Green.
Long count, back to throw. Over the middle, touchdown, Eric Green.
3 weeks after the biggest win of the season, the Ravens took the field one last time against the Houston Oilers.
Back play action fake to Bam. Then he pump fakes. Now he's going deep for Jackson. He's got it. 45, midfield, 40, 30, 25. He's going to go all the way. Michael Jackson, touchdown.
Before the end of the day, Michael Jackson had 3 touchdowns, and Vinny Testaverde had fulfilled an oath he had made in September.
Throwing the fade to Michael Jackson, touchdown!
Despite their loss and their 4-12 season, the Baltimore fans waited to thank the players and applaud their determination, knowing this team had accomplished far more than their record revealed. Ted Marchibroda and quarterback coach Don Strock helped Vinny Testaverde to his first Pro Bowl in 10 years. Jonathan Ogden received All-Pro honors, and Michael Jackson and Derek Alexander finished with career seasons. This new team remained competitive from day one and found a way to transform injury into opportunity.
Throwing deep into the end zone. It is intercepted. Ray Lewis has the football.
Rookie Ray Lewis stepped forward to anchor the Raven defense and showcase his star potential, while Antonio Langham took his game to a higher level in the season's second half. Sam Morris took advantage of a new opportunity and became the running back of the future. Joining the roster in '97 is proven veteran offensive lineman Leo Goaz, while the defense upgrades the pass rush with Michael McCrary, the AFC's leading sacker in 1996. This is the story of the Baltimore Ravens, a team that is poised to open a new chapter and build a winning tradition. Now that Baltimore is back.
Hi, I'm Steve Sable. Now don't touch that dial because the great action is just getting started. When we return, we'll have the Edge Ultimate Performers of the 1996 season.
The Chevy Blazer with the exclusive driver control system. A little security in an insecure world.
Great big glasses, because the American Cancer Society says a healthy diet, including Florida orange juice, may play a role in reducing the risk of some cancers. So if this is still how you see your orange juice, get bigger glasses, because you just may not be drinking enough 100% pure Florida orange juice. Are you drinking enough?
I know that your time is just as important to you as mine is to me. So we have 8 convenient area locations to serve you to discuss your legal problems. No matter what your legal needs are, call me, Steve Miles, at 410-685-8444 for a free consultation.
To be Hershey Park happy, there's a few things you need. To start with, an upsy-doozy with great lightning speed. A back and forther, an in and outer, and a splash weather too. And of course at Hershey Park, there's even chocolate for you. There are rides that go in and go out of the green, and a new roller coaster that's as fast as it's mean. But it's more than the rides that make a Hershey Park day. It's the way that you feel when the kid in you plays. It's the feeling of happy as happy can be. It's Hershey Park happy. It's a great feeling, you'll see.
Brett Favre may have the charm of a small-town kid, but he's got the arm of a big-time talent. For the second consecutive year, he threw for more yards and more touchdowns than any passer in the game. And he's a true leader, a player who makes everyone around him better. And by leading Green Bay to a win in Super Bowl 31, Favre has made the Packers the team to beat and himself an Edge Ultimate Performer.
Brett Favre arrived in Green Bay unknown. Now he's part of Packer legend. But for the kid from Kill, Mississippi, frozen tundra will never replace rotten bayou. He shows his roots every time he opens his mouth.
This ball here is slicker now. Man, they need some better music. They need some Hootie and the Blowfish. You know what? My head's getting bigger. These hats are getting smaller. Shut up. They suck like a big dog. I know. You know he is. We went to different schools together. That it? Hey, I beat you up. I know
Everybody here, Brett's got a funny way of talking. Like, I heard your dad say something earlier, we were talking, he says this guy was dumber than a bag of hammers. Now, is that...
Yeah, or dumber than a bag of rocks, you know. Here we just take our time, we ride into town, eat a nice po' boy, and you drink your Barks root beer.
Yeah.
And that's basically your day.
Do you remember your first experiences playing football as a kid?
Sure. Oh, yeah. I can remember the first game I ever played in, just like it was yesterday. My first game ever, 5th grade jamboree, 3 touchdowns.